Hello everyone. As all of you know that in the previous video we have seen the Mendeleev's periodic table. We also saw the merits and demerits of the Mendeleev's periodic table. We now today will study about the modern periodic law. As I told you that some demerits or some drawbacks were there in the Mendeleev's periodic table, and those drawbacks were removed and Mendeleev's periodic table was converted to the modern periodic table. So we'll study now about the modern periodic law. The scientific world did not know anything about the interior of the atom when the Mendeleev put forth the periodic table. After the discovery of electrons, scientists started exploring the relation between the electron number of an atom and the atomic number. So when the Mendeleev's periodic table was framed, at that time no one was having the knowledge about the atom, about the interior structure of an atom was unknown. So after the formation of the Mendeleev's periodic table, the structure or the interior structure of an atom came into being, and in that we saw that after the discovery after the invention of the interior structure of the atom, it was observed that the electrons are present in an atom. So after this discovery of the electrons, scientists started exploring, scientists started collecting the information, and they tried to find out the relation between the electron and its atomic number. So atomic number in the Mendeleev's periodic table only indicated the serial number of the element. In the Mendeleev's periodic table, we saw that the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. But in this modern periodic table, we are going to study how the atomic number of the elements are interrelated with each other, how the atomic number, this concept was used to frame the modern periodic table. In 1913 AD, the English scientist Henry Moseley, he demonstrated with the help of the experiments done using the X-ray tube that the atomic number of an element corresponds to the positive charge on the nucleus or the number of protons on the nucleus of an atom of that element. So as all of you know that when the interior structure of the atom was studied, certain scientists like the Thomson, Rutherfords, they performed the various experiments, and through their experiments they gave some knowledge to the world that an atom is made up of the three nuclear particles, that is the electron, proton and the neutron. So this electron atomic number of an element corresponds to the positive charge on the nucleus or the number of protons on the nucleus of that element. So by doing the certain experiments, Moseley he concluded that the atomic number of element corresponds to the positive charge on the element. This revealed that atomic number is a more fundamental property of an element than its mass. So from this, Moseley he revealed that instead of atomic mass, atomic number is the most important property, most fundamental property which we can use to frame the modern periodic table. So accordingly the statement of the modern periodic law was stated as follows, that is the properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. Now in Mendeleev's periodic law, what we saw, the statement was, that is the properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. But now in modern periodic law, instead of atomic masses, we have to use the word that is the atomic number. Other remaining statement is same, that is properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Now we are going to study, this was the statement of modern periodic law. Now we are going to study, that is modern periodic table, which is also called as a long form of the periodic table. Long form of the periodic table. Okay, so modern periodic law is, or modern periodic table is also called as a long form of the periodic table. Classification of elements resulting from an arrangement of the elements in an increasing order of their atomic numbers is the modern periodic table. So what is modern periodic table? Modern periodic table is nothing but it is the classification of the elements, and these elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. While in Mendeleev's we saw that the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. But now here what we are going to see, that is the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. The properties of the elements can be predicted more accurately with the help of the modern periodic table formed on the basis of atomic numbers. So by using these atomic numbers, the properties of the elements can be predicted, can be studied more correctly than by using the atomic masses. Modern periodic table is also called as a long form of the periodic table. In the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in accordance with their atomic numbers. And as a result, most of the drawbacks of the Mendeleev's periodic table appear to be removed. And however, the ambiguity about the position of hydrogen is now removed, is not removed in the modern periodic table. So whatever the drawbacks were there in the Mendeleev's periodic table, most of the drawbacks were removed in the modern periodic table, because in Mendeleev's periodic table we saw one of the drawback that cobalt and nickel, they have the same atomic mass, and so both the elements are placed in the one box. So this is one of the drawback which was removed in the modern periodic table. Cobalt and nickel were given the different places. But one more drawback we have seen in the Mendeleev's periodic table, that is regarding the position of hydrogen. So that drawback was still, it was there in the modern periodic table. It was not removed. We have seen in the previous standard that electronic configuration of an atom, the way in which electrons are distributed in the shells around the nucleus, is determined by the total number of electrons in it, and the total number of electrons in an atom is same as the atomic number. So in the previous standard you all have studied regarding the electronic configuration. So electronic configuration is nothing but the number of atoms in an atom. So those number of atoms in an atom, number of electrons in an atom will give you the atomic number of that element. So previously we have studied regarding the electronic configuration, how the electrons are distributed in the shells like the K, L, M and N shells you all have studied. So the electrons are distributed in these shells. So total number of electrons will give you the atomic number of that element. The relation between the atomic number of an element and its electronic configuration is clearly seen in the periodic table. So as all of you know that now only, as I told you, that in modern periodic table, instead of atomic masses we have used the atomic number of the elements. So in the modern periodic table we are able to see the relation between the electronic configuration and the atomic number. So now further we will study how there is a relation between the atomic number and the electronic configuration. Okay, now we'll study about the modern periodic table and electronic configuration. We'll study how the electronic configuration is related to the modern periodic table. Within a period, the neighboring elements differ slightly in their properties, while distant elements differ widely in their properties. Now in the modern periodic table, all the elements are arranged. They are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. Okay. Now the elements which are the neighboring elements. So the properties of those elements, they differ slightly. Slight difference is there in the properties of the neighboring elements. But when we will see the distant elements, at that time the properties of the distant elements, they differ widely. So we see that too much difference is there in the properties of the distant elements. Distant elements, that is the elements which are far away from each other. So those elements there is a too much difference in their properties. Elements in the same group show the similarity and gradation in their properties. These characteristics of the groups and periods in the modern periodic table are because of the electronic configuration of the elements. Okay. Now elements in the same group. Now we have seen that there are the 18 groups are there. Okay. So 18 groups means what? The 18 vertical columns are there. Okay. So this is, for example, this is the first group. This is the second group. Okay. So the elements which are present in the first group, they show the similarity in their properties. Okay. Elements which are present in the second group, their properties are similar. The elements which are present in the second group, their properties are similar. Okay. Elements present in the first group, their properties are similar. So this similarity is seen in the elements which belong to the same group. These characteristics of the groups and periods in the modern periodic table These characteristics we are able to see just because of the electronic configuration of the elements. So now it is the electronic configuration of element which decides the group and period in which it is to be placed. So as I told you that the elements are given the specific positions or the specific places according to their atomic number, but as I told you that atomic number is related to the electronic configuration. So because of this electronic configuration only we are able to decide whether the element should be placed in which group or the element should be placed in which period. We are able to decide all these things just because of the electronic configuration. Now we'll study something regarding the group and the electronic configuration, how they are related to each other. You will find that number of valence electrons in all these elements from the group 1, that is the family of the alkali metals, is the same. Similarly, if you look at the elements from any other group, you will find the number of valence electrons to be the same. So what is given here, that is number of valence electrons in all the elements in the group 1. Now in group 1, which elements, if you see the modern periodic table, in the group 1, which elements are placed? First is that is the hydrogen, then the lithium, then sodium, potassium. Okay, in this way the elements are placed in the first group. I have written some few elements up till potassium. After that there is a rubidium, cesium. Okay, these are the elements. I have written just few elements in the first group. Okay, now in the next video we will study about the groups and electronic configuration and periods and electronic configuration, how they are interrelated with each other.